Welcome back. It's week 7 between the lines with Coach Stella. I'm Linnell. What's going on, bro? Coach Stella here in the building.
What's good, brother? How you feeling, baby?
Chilling like a villain.
We back for another one,
man. Back for another one, man.
You know it, bro.
It was heavy this week.
It was, bro.
A lot of heavy football out there. Northeast Ohio, like always.
A lot of heavy rain.
Yeah, these next few weeks is gonna test your commitment. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's the allure, the summertime weather gone.
Yep.
So now we gonna find out who really
get dark a little sooner.
Rain coming.
Practice gonna be a little more nastier. You know what I mean? Yes.
You know, we gonna separate the fair weather fans from the real deal Holyfield, man. So you know, so we had a great week of football, and we're here to bring you the latest and greatest Northeast Ohio football. Coach Stella, how we gonna start it out?
Man, you know how we always started out, baby, with the Stellascope, man. We're gonna do the recap from last week's intriguing games. We have 4 good ones for you last week. We're going to go through them real quick. We're going to start it off with the upset. I think it's the biggest upset in the state of Ohio. Glenville traveling to St. Ed's. Glenville pulled the upset, 28-27. Glenville put Division 4 on notice. They let them know, yeah, we young. Yeah, we got some growing to do, but we still top dog. We still the favorite. And going to beat the back-to-back-to-back Division 1 state champions, all that does is put everybody on notice. Shout out to LaMarcus Greenwood, stepped in at quarterback, ended up scoring the game, winning a touchdown, brought a little energy, a little fire to the team. Shout out that boy CJ Newell. We talked about him a couple weeks ago on the Stella Stock Report. He go 34 for 174, also get you 5 catches for 29, get you 203 total in a big game like that. That's a big-time performance, man. Glenville got the ball first, scored on the first possession, went up 20-7. They kind of set the tone. You know what I mean? St. Ed's did a good job. Shout out to their quarterback again, Thomas Ianni. He been playing great. He goes 17 for 30 for 350 and 3 TDs. And his number 1 man, Zach Hackelman, again, we talking about Zach again, 6 for 185 and 3 touchdowns. So they did their job. But the thing that got them was they outgained Glenville 462 to 294. But the turnovers, they couldn't run the ball. And what Glenville did was run the ball, keep that offense on the sideline. We're going to cut this game in half. We're going to run the ball. We're going to make it a physical game. And they guys made plays. The number 1 takeaway I took for St. Ed's, though, they missed Brandon White. You could kind of tell the last 2 weeks they missed Brandon White. The first week, Tyrese Buchanan had a big-time game. You could tell the last 2 weeks against Massillon and Glenville, which the talent level kind of goes up, they missed Brandon White. Thomas Ianni, he putting up big-time stats and big-time yards, but it's not equating to wins, which means that, you know, they're a balanced team. They more so, instead of him throwing it 30 times, they probably want him to throw it 15 to 20 times, be efficient and still get them big plays while we put it in somebody's belly 25, 30 times. And that's kind of been the St. Ed's recipe. So shout out to Glenville, man. They get it done, man.
Man, let's talk about this game real quick.
Yeah.
First of all, of course, we all know what St. Ed's is.
Facts.
Right? We know what that is, but Glenville, like you mentioned, the Division 4,
yep,
and playing a Division 1 3-time champions. It tells you a little bit about how much divisions matter versus how much they don't matter.
Right.
Because mind you, Glenville went and played IMG last year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So when you go play those type of games, when you get an opportunity to play a St. Ed's,
facts,
they ready for it.
Yep.
The division is you could put it in anybody division, but
especially when you're talking about them big time programs.
Right. So you know that's good for organization, but when you at the end of the day, and I'm gonna quote Coach McGee said, they only can play 11 at a time. And when you put your 11, if your 11 is ready to go to war with the other 11, anything can happen. So the division thing go out the way.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Glenville.
Shout out to Coach Ginn. And that's a great point, especially when your guys gritty, tough, got a chip on their shoulder, want to prove it. And like you said, they done played in big time arenas against big time teams all over the country.
Right.
So going to play Eds, which I'm sure that's the reason why they play them on a regular. They wasn't fazed by that. And also, Glenville and Eds played in the dress rehearsal this year, which is normally your second scrimmage where you play one full half of real football, referees, no coaches on the field, you know what I mean, to kind of get you a dress rehearsal. And Ed's kind of put it on them, you know what I mean? Right. So I'm sure Glenville didn't forget that either, you know what I mean? So shout out to the boys, man.
Yeah, shout out to both of them programs and for making the regular season. The regular season is real, you know what I'm saying? That was dope. So what else we got, Coach?
Man, second game, we got Toledo Central Catholic traveling from Toledo, come down here to Northeast Ohio and play Iggy. Iggy was 1-4 at the time, 1-5, but like we was just talking about divisions, when you talk about a program like Toledo Central Catholic, they can go play any team, anywhere, any division, and kind of be ready to go. They pulled it out 27-26. Shout out to their senior running back, Tyler Morgan, went crazy. 35 carries, 238 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did his thing and kind of led the team back, kind of put the team on his back, led them to victory. Iggy was up 20-7 in the second quarter, bro. It was up 20-7 in the second quarter and let it go. I don't know if you've seen the end of the game. It kind of got crazy. Iggy was down 27-26. They scored a touchdown. They down 1. So they say, we're going to go for 2, right? They got 12 men in the huddle, get a penalty. So now after they get the penalty, coach say, forget it. We're just going to kick the PAT, tied up. They missed the PAT. That's how they lost the game. So it was a close game. Again, Iggy got to have the hardest schedule in the state of Ohio. But at the end of the day, you got to get wins. It don't matter how hard the schedule is. You got to get wins. Shout out Toledo Central Catholic. Traveling, that's a long travel coming from Toledo on a Friday night, still getting the job done. But at the end of the day, Toledo Central Catholic pulled it out.
Iggy is 2024 bridesmaid of the year.
Oh my God,
they're the bridesmaid of the year,
yes.
Man. Because that's where they end up at.
Man, always, man, they got a lot of tough losses, to your point. And then also they're playing with a new quarterback. They kind of got some guys going down, so they have to play some other guys. So they got, I ain't gonna say bad luck, like you said, they just the bridesmaid right now. But the thing like Iggy is they play that type of schedule. So if they get 4 wins and sneak in the playoffs, then you're dealing with a dangerous team in round 1 or round 2 or round 3 and never know what could happen. So again, shout out to Toledo Central Catholic making that long travel coming down to come play Iggy in Northeast Ohio. They got the dub, and they drove back to Toledo happy.
Shout out to Iggy, man. Keep your head up out there because y'all putting on.
You already know, bro. So in the third game, we got Struthers at Hubbard. You know what I mean? They're a rivalry for sure. Kind of wanted to see how Struthers can bounce back after their tough loss at South Range, and they did. Struthers came in. This was kind of like a Struthers type game. 25-0, nothing flashy. If you at the game, you may like their style, you may not like their style. They love their style. 25-0, defense dominated, offensive line dominated. That boy Devin Brom, 27, 148, 2 touchdowns. Another day at the office for him. Robert Carcelli, 36-yard touchdown pass. And then that was pretty much it. Got him in, got him out the way. Probably sure just how Coach Pig wanted to get it done. Got him in and got him out, bro. Got him in and got him out.
For sure.
And then our last game, we talked about Poland and South Range. Poland was coming off a tough loss. South Range coming off a big win. South Range ended up pulling it out 38-30. I don't know if you've seen it. Poland jumped out on them, though, 14-0.
I watched that
Poland
game.
jumped out on them 14-0. But it kind of in the second quarter, if this was like basketball, South Range went on a 20-0 run. They scored 28 unanswered. Troy Combs got in the end zone. Tristan Toy got in the end zone. Heath Krause got in the end zone off of Aiden Dominguez block punt. So they special teams. That's what, 2 back-to-back weeks they scored on special teams. Aiden Dominguez ended up getting one. He ended up scoring 2 in the game. But in that 28 unanswered, he ended up scoring another one. So in the second half, he got another one. Luke Starkey kick a field goal. They kind of go up 38-14. Which I'm sure high school kids, they probably left their guard down a little bit. But shout out to Poland. Poland kept scrapping. They kind of getting a little bit more playmakers to step up to the table and make some plays. They closed the gap from down 38-14. They end up closing it to 38-30. Shout out to Oliver McCauley, 2 touchdown catches in the second half. Shout out to Jace Stefanskin, one of the big-time kickers we got in our area, hit a 24-yard field goal to close the gap. But I think when you let a team go 28 unanswered and kind of stretch that league that much, as tough as they are, they didn't stop fighting. But that's a tall hill to climb. So at the end of the day, South Range pulled it out. The triplets led them. And they, as they always do, they get big-time plays from everybody around them. Heath Krause, touchdown. Troy Combs, a touchdown. Gavin Nagy, another interception this week. So South Range, back-to-back big-time wins against Struthers and Poland. And if you Poland, keep scrapping. You 4-2. You lost to Canfield, which is a crosstown rival, and you lost to South Range, who lead your conference. So at the end of the day, you 4-2, you're in a good spot. Just keep scrapping, keep getting better. And it seemed like even though they lost, it seemed like they are playing better football, at least offensively, getting some bigger plays. Defensively, it's tough to stop the triplets, and that monster South Range got over there, but South Range pulled it out, 38-30.
Yeah, South Range probably had like a first quarter, maybe call it a hangover from the big win. You know, knocked the focus off in the first half a little bit. But Poland, That Kamara kid's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, Vito. Shout out to Vito, man. He been making plays, man. Tough kid, man. Like I said, Oliver McCauley, 2 touchdown catches from his tight end spot will let me know they opening the game up a little bit more. And like you said, that you know, you never want to lose, but you 4-2 at the end of the day going into week 7. The playoffs are still right there in front of you. All your goals are still right there. So just a matter of getting better. And like you said, with South Range coming off a big win, sure they had a little letdown. First quarter, you look up, you down 14-0. Also helps that you at home. So I'm sure the crowd gave us some energy.
Right.
And they scored 28 unanswered. But that's it, baby. That's our Stellascope recap of the week, man. We had 4 good games, brother.
Indeed they were.
LB checking in, man. Keep it locked in, but in between the lines with Coach Stella. You feel me? You did.